Welcome back. A major milestone was reached in the construction of the new One World Trade Center, the building that replaces the Twin Towers, as we all know, that were lost to us on 9/11. It now surpasses the Empire State Building in height. And Andrew, he's got a very hopeful update for us.
Well, Rich, One World Trade Center, or as it had been known earlier in its process, the Freedom Tower, now stands at 1,271 feet.
It's been 6 years since construction of One World Trade Center began at the site of the fallen towers. Now the building that rose from the ashes of a devastating attack has risen above every other structure in New York.
What you see here today is this determination to remember what we lost and rebuild even higher.
Monday afternoon, construction workers hoisted into place a steel column atop the unfinished skeleton of One World Trade Center and made history. When that column was extended from the 100th floor, it made the skeleton of the building tall enough to peek over the observation deck of the Empire State Building. For retired firefighter Lee Ielpi, who lost his 29-year-old son in the 9/11 attacks, today's milestone brings up mixed emotions.
Of course, every time I see it in the distance, I'm going to remember my son.
It's also been an emotional day for crane operators working on the project. They witnessed the towers crumbling almost 11 years ago.
It's a little bit emotional for me, just, thinking that plane hit a building and people just lose their lives for no reason at all.
Workers will add floors to the skyscraper. It's not expected to reach its full height for at least another year, and at that point, it will stand 1,776 feet tall, including an antenna.
Such a special day today. So I really rejoice with everyone in the city that says we can do it if we all band together.
And Rich, today it officially becomes taller than the Empire State Building, but it's already been a landmark in the area. I grew up in New Jersey. You can now see it as you're approaching New York City from a distance, which is what the World Trade Center used to stand for. The maze that is Lower Manhattan, when you get yourself lost, everybody gets lost in Lower Manhattan. You finally have a landmark again to point to. It's nice to have back.
And Bill, you worked press after 9/11 down there for a few years. So for you, you were reminded every day about just a hole in the ground. So this has got to mean something for you.
Yeah, I did some work for an architectural firm called Davis Brody Bond, who built this along with Michael Arad, and they built the memorial. And I got to say, it looks magnificent. And every time you go down the West Side Highway, I went down with my 5 2/3-year-old recently, and you just have to point it out. It makes you teary. All the delays, all the feuding, that will all be forgotten by history. I think the most important thing is that it was done right, or it's being done right, and it's being done right. It looks fantastic.
Yeah. You're a lifelong New Yorker, Dominic. It's got to be nice, right?
Yes, it's a shame it took so long, but it points to the resolve of America, and no terrorist is going to stop this great country.
You saw that clip of that guy, because I saw the piece this morning where the construction guys who've been working on it from the beginning, and that guy who, I think he emigrated to this country, and I'm not sure, but from an African nation, he got choked up. He couldn't finish because I've been here for 26 years, and every day when they come to work, family members give them something like flowers or a picture, and they put the names of so many people on those girders that they're putting up. So for these guys, it's not just punching in every day. They really get the significance of what they did, not just changing the landscape.
Let me just ask the tough question. Would you all take an office in the 90th floor of the...
Absolutely.
You would? Yeah, I would too.
I don't have a problem at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
We actually talked about putting...
Really?
Yeah. We talked about if there was space that we'd be one of the first tenants that would take it. Dick, who he felt very strongly about that. You don't want to either let terrorists win, but also it's part of what makes New York,
so
I think, part of New York.
We're going there?
Yeah, no, I think that space has been taken here, but you know what? A lot of credit, not just to the people who built the thing, but I remember a few years ago, people thought this wasn't going to happen, that it was never going to get built, and all the bureaucracy and the red tape and all the rest here. But now that it is, we were talking in the break, I really want... We covered the memorial. I know you were down there covering it that day, but I want to go myself and see it. So anyway, yeah, I think it was an important anniversary today. We're going to jump to a quick break, everybody. But as we go, I want you to take a look at a 7-year time lapse, a little mini movie here of the construction for what is now One World Trade Center.